Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the PL-300 exam preparation series where we are talking about the fourth learning path, deploy and maintain assets. In this video, we are going to talk about the topic apply sensitivity labels to workspace content, which is part of the section create and manage workspaces and assets. In the previous video, we had a look at the analyze in Excel feature and where we saw that our data model or data set content is accessible to make pivot tables inside the Excel environment. Similarly, in one of the upcoming videos, we are also going to see that how the data and reporting data from Power BI can be exported to environments like PowerPoint and also as PDF documents. So an important part of exporting data is that you need to make sure that the secure information is not visible to people who do not have access. So for that purpose, you have sensitivity labels inside the Power BI environment, and you can apply those sensitivity labels so that confidential or highly confidential or private data is not exposed to individuals who should not have access to that data. So let's go and see what are these sensitivity labels first. The Microsoft 365 environment ensures that strict requirements and regulations must be applied to ensure that sensitive data is secure. Microsoft sensitivity labels can be added to dashboards, reports, datasets, and data flows, which are all part of our Power BI assets. And by using the same taxonomy that is used to classify and protect files in Microsoft 365. So if you are familiar with the Microsoft 365 admin environment, or you are familiar with the overall Microsoft 365 environment, then you must know that there is a mechanism to classify and protect files and data inside the Microsoft 365 environment. So the same taxonomy is applicable to the assets like dashboards, reports, datasets, and data flows. Sensitivity labels specify which data can be exported. These labels allow to define and protect content even outside of Power BI. So the example that I gave for Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and even the PDF files. And similarly, all these assets can use this mechanism, and all users in the organization or corporation can use this feature unless exceptions have been defined. So if you have the desired privileges inside the workspace, then you can play around with all of these assets inside the workspace, and then you can define the Microsoft sensitivity label. So we are just going to see this in reports and datasets, and the same process is followed in dashboards and data flows. So now let's go to the Power BI service and see how the sensitivity labels can be applied. So here I am in the Power BI service and inside the workspace that I created for one of the in one of the earlier videos, and we have been using these reports and dashboards and reports and datasets in the other videos as well. So here if you come for the data set, then you need to just click on the three dots here and go into the settings of the dataset. So I'm going to click here on settings. So we have already seen some of the options here, and here you are, if you scroll down, you are going to find the option that says sensitivity label. So this is the option that says sensitivity labels. So let me just click here on the sensitivity label option, and here you are going to see that it says that classify the sensitivity of this dataset. So here you can define the standard sensitivity labels which are available in the Microsoft 365 environment, and these include none, personal, public, general, confidential, and highly confidential. And inside the general, we have the option for general anyone, general all employees. So that includes all the employees of the organization. Then confidential anyone and confidential all employees, and highly confidential is obviously applicable to all the employees. So let me just set here the confidential all employees to the sensitivity label, so that in the other videos we can also go and see the what kind of impact it has on the data. So let me just click here on apply. So after a few seconds, you're going to see that here it says sensitivity label was successfully applied and show impacted content. So it is now going to open a new window where I'm going to show you what are the fields that are impacted by this particular sensitivity label that we have just defined. So here if you see, it has opened a new window, and here we can see a tree-like structure that we are going to explore in one of the next videos. So this is a view which is different from the list view. And here if you see that these are the data sources, these are all the data sources that are part of our data set. So these are the data sources that are feeding into the Power BI report and the Power BI data set. So this is our data set, and here if you see, I have this particular icon that actually shows that this is the sensitivity label that has been applied here. And similarly, you can see that here there is a view that is actually telling that okay, this data set has been impacted and these are the child items. So let me just close this one and let me show you that okay, that because this data set is populating our Power BI report. So here in the report, you're also going to see that the same thing is actually being applied here on the report as well, which is that the confidentiality item is all employees. So here you can go and actually see what is the impact on actually the data. So let me just go back into the workspace, environment, and let me just switch back. So this was the view which is the lineage view. So this tree like structure is called as the lineage view, and there is the standard view which is the list view. So if I switch back to the list view and just scroll to the right, then here you are going to find that because we applied this confidentiality and we applied it on the data set, so automatically it is going to be impacting the report, because the report is being driven by the data set. So that is why this sensitivity label is applied on the report as well. So we are going to see once we export the data in one of the next videos that how this sensitivity level is actually seen inside the data that is actually exported from the Power BI environment. So that's all about the sensitivity levels, how you can configure it for the Power BI dataset. And if you want to do it for the report, then obviously for this we have already done this. So let me just show you for the report that how you can do it for the report as well. So if you scroll down in the report settings, you are going to find an area, and again, because this is something that has already been applied on the data set which feeds into the report, so you are going to see that this is automatically applied here. But you can just come here separately and you can apply it on the content which is associated with the report only. So we are going to explore this the thing in more detail in one of the next videos. So that's all for this particular topic, and I'll catch up with you in the next one.